When the revolution comes, we rise, blaze like sunshine in the night skies. Humble drums play the beat of the strife, struggling to cut through this crooked life. Marching down the city streets strong and bold, stories we've heard but never been told.
Black is black is black is black is black, with another banger. This time, we will investigate the Shabaka stones in some more depth and detail. The main teachings of the Shabaka stone Memphite theology. The Shabaka stone preserves the Memphite theology, one of the oldest known creation philosophies in the world, dating back to Kemet, ancient Egypt, specifically from the Nubian Kushite 25th dynasty under Pharaoh Shabaka c. 710 BC. This theology is foundational to later philosophical, religious, and spiritual traditions, though its African origins are often ignored. The 10 core teachings of the Shabaka stone. Peta is the supreme creator. The universe originated in the mind, heart of Peta, the divine consciousness, before being spoken into existence. Thought precedes creation. Reality begins as a divine idea, meaning thought itself is a form of creation. The power of the spoken word, Hu. Creation manifests through speech, echoing later concepts in religious texts, for example, let there be light in the Bible. Breath as the life force. The breath is divine energy, sustaining life and connecting humans to the cosmos. God exists within all things. The divine is not separate from the world, but is within all creation, nature, and living beings. Interconnectedness of the cosmos. Humans, gods, nature, and the cosmos are part of one divine order. Matter is formed from consciousness. The physical world is a manifestation of divine thought and intention. The role of Saya wisdom, and Hu word Peta creates using Saya intelligence, wisdom, and Hu spoken word, powerful utterance. Divine kingship as a sacred responsibility. The Pharaoh Nisit Bidi is not a god himself, but an embodiment of divine will, maintaining harmony. The eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Existence is cyclical, not linear. Everything is interconnected in an eternal rhythm. This African cosmology predates Greek philosophy, Jewish monotheism, Christian theology, and Islamic thought, yet remains buried under colonial theft and Eurocentric rewriting of history. 25 stolen African artifacts, scrolls, and wisdom texts that remain hidden. The theft of knowledge and sacred artifacts from Africa is part of a deliberate effort to hoard wisdom, erase cultural history, and maintain control over spiritual power. Below are 25 stolen or hidden items of African wisdom and heritage that remain locked away in European and American institutions. Stolen Kemetic ancient Egyptian and Nubian Kushite artifacts. The Rosetta Stone, stolen by the British, housed in the British Museum. The key to understanding Medu Neter hieroglyphs. The Dendera Zodiac, stolen by France, housed in the Louvre. A celestial map detailing African cosmology and astronomy. The Book of Thoth, allegedly in the Vatican. A legendary scroll said to contain the secrets of universal knowledge, alchemy, and divine wisdom. The Merneptah stele, housed in the Egyptian Museum, formerly controlled by the British. One of the first known inscriptions of African historical records, mentioning ancient Israel. The pyramid texts scattered across Western museums. The earliest religious texts known to humanity, containing African spiritual science. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, New York Academy of Medicine. The oldest medical and surgical text in history. The Ebers Papyrus, housed in Germany. A comprehensive Kemetic medical document detailing over 700 remedies. The Turin Papyrus, Italy, an advanced mathematical scroll proving that Kemet had high-level math long before the Greeks. The Shabaka Stone, British Museum, the foundational Memphite theology text on divine creation. The Berlin Papyrus, Germany, proof of African mathematics and algebraic equations predating Greek texts. West and Central African, stolen manuscripts and artifacts. The Benin Bronzes British Museum. Sacred art and historical records stolen from the Benin Kingdom, Nigeria. The Noack Terracottas Louvre, British Museum. Evidence of an ancient African civilization predating Western timelines. The Luba Lukasa Memory Boards Belgium Tervuren Museum. Sacred objects preserving Luba wisdom and history through advanced mnemonic codes. The Divination Boards various European museums. Stolen Yoruba spiritual knowledge systems, including Odu sacred texts. The Bangwa Queen statue, Berlin, Germany. A powerful spiritual artifact from Cameroon. The Obeys Coral Crown British Museum. A sacred Benin royal artifact, stolen in colonial raids. The Asante Gold Regalia, British Museum. Sacred Akan royal artifacts symbolizing divine power. The Longo Ivory Carvings, Belgium. Sacred Central African objects detailing spiritual history. The Zimbabwe Bird Statues British Museum. Sacred Shona, symbols of divine kingship, removed from Great Zimbabwe. The Sacred Masks of the Dogon people, private European collections. Masks tied to African cosmology and Sirius star knowledge. The stolen Timbuktu manuscripts and African written knowledge, the Sankar manuscripts held in various European institutions, proof of Timbuktu's ancient African universities and libraries. The Tariq El Fattah French archives, a record of Malian history, empire building, and spiritual traditions. The Tariq Asudan French controlled, one of the most detailed historical records of West Africa's intellectual and political history. The Book of the Mysteries of the Heavens and the Earth, possibly in the Vatican. A lost Ethiopic text containing esoteric spiritual teachings. The Kebra Nagast scattered manuscripts across Europe. The sacred Ethiopian text detailing the lineage of the Solomonic dynasty and divine kingship. The theft was not just physical, it was spiritual. The West stole more than just gold, statues, and scrolls. They stole spiritual power, the knowledge of how to think, how to create, how to connect to the divine. Why? Because true knowledge of self equals power and liberation. If people knew the true African origins of philosophy, mathematics, medicine, and spirituality, colonial narratives would collapse. If stolen artifacts and texts were returned, they would reawaken hidden wisdom that could change the world. If African people reclaimed this knowledge, they would no longer look to the West for validation, but to their own ancestors. It is not just about returning objects. It is about returning power to the people whose ancestors created them. Final thought. The breath of knowledge can never be stolen. Breathe in the truth. Breathe out the lies of colonial history. Breathe in the wisdom of your ancestors. Breathe out the illusion that your knowledge was ever lost. African wisdom is not dead. It is only waiting to be reclaimed.
When the revolution comes, we rise, blaze like sunshine in the night skies. Humble drums play the beat of the strife, struggling to cut through this crooked life. Marching down the city streets strong and bold, stories we've heard but never been told. Fight on, keep that fight.